Okay, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Juliana, you may continue.
Okay. Wait a second. I'm going to share my screen.
Let me share the, okay, it's great.
Are you watching to the, yes?
No,
The
not yet.
presentation, not yet. Yes, now.
Now? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I was talking about the conclusions. So yes, at the end, we noticed that they were unconsciously using lexical tools on the pragmatic activities. And challenges we as future teachers faced while developing the research process. So first, the challenges inside the classroom. Because of motivation, you know that they are teenagers, so they actually do not like anything. You tell them, okay, stand up. No, teacher, I don't want to stand up. We're going to listen to a song. I don't like that song. Please look for another. We are going to sing a song. No, this is very childish. I don't like it. So these type of things we have to work with. Also the participation, they were mixed levels. So the students that talked the most always raised their hands and everything, but we had also shy students, very shy students, um, that that didn't have the opportunity to participate in class. Also, we have in the second part, well, sorry, in the first part, class management, we decided to work with 4 roles inside the classroom. As I told you, we were 4 people working in this project. So we decided to work with 4 roles. So the first one was the teacher, the one that was looking for everything, giving the students the lesson. The other person was the class observer, so the one that was filling the format, so the first instrument. Then we have the recording, or the recorder, that was the one while taking the audio recordings, and the other person was the other teacher. So as you can see, four roles, and of course we rotate the roles each one of the lessons. And finally, collecting data due to the current pandemic. So as I told you, at the beginning, we were going to work with video, with even tests, but we couldn't because it was impossible. It was impossible. And actually, I had to look for a solution, because the university told us that if we were not going to work anymore with the same population, we had to complete change the whole thesis. And I was like, no, oh my God, because they were like 5 chapters, and we were like developing the fourth one. So it means that we had to change the population. We have to almost lose the 3 previous chapters, and I said no. So I contact the superior from the school, that actually was a mother, a nun, because of the Catholic school. And yeah, she allowed my group to continue studying with the girls through internet, and it was very interesting. I felt very good with this process. um, it's a pity that because of the coronavirus that I really hated, we had to do this enrichment process through internet. But I think that is part of the experience. Yes, is part of the experience. We put a lot of effort, sorry, in this process, and it was very interesting. It is incredible the things you can do while teaching others. It is very interesting and very inspiring. So thanks for your attention. Um, and I think I don't know what happened.
What happened?
I don't know.
Do you have another slide or this is the last?
Yes, yeah, this is the last one, but actually I don't know what happened to my computer.
Okay, no problem. Yeah,
That's it?
Yes.
Mhm.
okay, I had one question for you. Why you and your coworker decided to focus in the population in the teenagers? Is my question, maybe because these problems, maybe many or different group of people have the same problem. But my question is what your focus in teenagers?
Well, we focus in teenagers because we wanted to take a risk. Yes. Um, I have to tell something. The school I chose is my sister's school. And the superior told us in order to choose any population, but we decided to work with teenagers in order for us to be very challenging, because as I told you, the teenagers doesn't like anything. They are not able or comfortable with anything. You at the first class, we went and entered into the classroom, and they were like, "Oh my God, what are you doing here? We are not having contact with you." And they were like, they kept sharing with the phones and everything. So it was very hard. But through the process, we decided to implement it much more, sorry, classes, interesting classes, materials. At the end of the classes, it means in the 10th lesson, they were supposed to do a role play, like a piece of theater. Yes. So it was very interesting, but we couldn't develop that activity because of
Okay.
the situation. But it was very, and yes, we decided to work with teenagers because of that, because of the risk and the challenges and this type of terms.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks for your question.
Okay.
Carlota?
Okay.
Thank you. First of all, congratulations for your presentation and the topic result is so interesting for me. My question is about what do you think? Do you think if the result of the research maybe there was different if within the population there were boys and not only girls?
Okay, well, actually, I don't know, but I think that working with only girls was kind of difficult. It was difficult. It was difficult because, for example, they were like in subgroups. You know that in each grade we have subgroups. So we have like the Barbies, like the geeks or something, the ones that really want to participate, and it was kind of difficult. And I told you from my experience because of my sister. You know that teenage girls are kind of very difficult to learn, and I really appreciate the labor that teachers do at a school because it's kind of difficult. You know, they were 40 girls, 40. and only one teacher. And they were talking, they were using their phone, they were paying attention to anything that hasn't have to know with the class. So it was kind of difficult. But at the fifth lesson, they were very happy with the topics. And
Okay,
another
thank you.
opportunity, another thesis maybe in post grade, and I will work with boys. And I told you.
Okay. That my question is because, as you know, the process of learning of boys or men is different to the woman or girls.
Yes, yes, you are completely right. And I can identify this because of the public schools. For example, this year, I went to a school in Engativá, and they were like, oh my god, a lot of boys with tattoos, with piercings, boys that were having trouble in their families. For example, once I entered into the classroom and I saw that a student of mine wrote in a piece of paper in activity we were developing a very strange codes, and I was like, oh my god. And I entered into the internet, I put the code, and it was the name of a porn video. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh,
Yes. So it was kind of heavy.
I
okay,
can
more questions.
imagine. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, Alejandra. Thank you, Carlota.
Thanks.
Good evening, Giuliana. First, sorry because my delay. I was really interested to start at the beginning. I have some situations. Sorry,
Don't worry,
but
Alejandra. Don't worry.
thank you
It's
and
okay.
thank you for sharing with us this kind of a presentation. Is a really academic one, so it's so structured. Uh,
Yes.
yeah. So first, I want to say that the slides are really clean, really simple, and this is a really way to share the information that you have to put to your judge and the teacher that will evaluate your thesis. So this is really important.
Thank
Second,
you.
I don't know if you have some pictures because in many cases it's important. Only if you have the picture of the five first lessons, or maybe if you have some captures of the screen when you were participating in the class. This is interesting because made or give a context to the people that is looking,
Yes.
maybe if you
Yes.
can, because I don't know if the people give you the consent to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, so if I don't know, mi amor, if you have this picture, it will be really interesting. Maybe
Okay.
another suggestion as a teacher is maybe that
Okay.
you can put, I don't know if you put it because I get late, but some information of socioeconomics about the girls that you manage, because it's so different, as you told, that you make this kind of research in a private school instead of a public school. So maybe this kind of, maybe you can put one slide related with these 40 girls that the school that she or her are from three straight, I don't know if the word strato socioeconomic, sorry. And this information will be interesting. Of course, your teachers know because they learn, they read the document. So
Yes.
for them, it will be really easy. But for another people will be really interesting to have this information. Okay, about the process, I feel that you did a really strong work because
Yeah.
manage 40 girls or
Yes.
40 students is so hard.
For her,
Yeah.
yeah.
Since they recover the information, to check the audio rate or the audio records, and to start to show each one and how they improve themselves. So congratulations for that, because it's no easy, and this is a really important point. You say that was really hard to analyze the information, but also was really hard to give or to recover this information because it was 40. So
Yes.
excellent for that. About the instrument, I understand the type of instrument, and about the semi-structured interviews, these have a really important way to analyze, and I know that you do through the speech analysis. So it's
Yes.
hard. It's hard.
Yes.
Again, it's hard, and maybe you have to put a lot of that, because I feel that more than the results is the methodology to evaluate the impact of this
Yes.
kind of strategies in a population like that. So maybe these are some tips that I suggest that you can, I
Yes,
don't know,
Alejandra,
highlight
thanks a lot.
to put in this. And I have two questions.
Okay, tell me.
Okay, first, these pragmatic and lexical chunks, it's
Yes,
are applicable to every language or just to English because it's so practical?
it, it works with all languages in the whole world because it means that
Okay.
you have only pieces of words. So, for example, let's talk about the Spanish. Lexical chunks in Spanish are like, for example, siéntate, hola, ¿cómo estás? Like commands, yes? Commands about everything. And of course, pragmatics work with all the chunks because you have a context, a specific context, yes? In
Yes.
each one of the, so for example, I don't know, you are learning Portuguese, so you have, I don't know, maybe a word could be feijoada, that is a dish from Brazil, and you have the word, but you need the context, that in this case is a restaurant, yes, where you can find the feijoada or something like that. So yes, it works with all the languages you want to learn or to teach.
Okay, excellent. Nice to know that.
Yes.
Okay, and the second question is about perception or the. Sorry, here in my mother house they are speaking so loud because we have a
Don't
trouble there.
worry.
Sorry,
Don't
but
worry.
about the perception of the students. You say that at the beginning they were so shiny, they didn't have the amount of vocabulary. So this
Yes.
is the problem, that they don't have this kind of fluency in the conversation. I understand that. At the end, you find that they use more vocabulary, use small but more structured phrases. So my question is, the way that you evaluate the impact of the program was because you observe it. You don't have
Yes.
any instrument to, or additional instrument to, I don't know, like a satisfaction interview or a test, when I at the beginning I said no, I feel that, and the end, oh okay, I feel better, or something like that.
Yes, yes, Alejandra. We actually applied them two tests, but we couldn't apply the third one because of the pandemic. Also, you were talking about the methodology. So it is a model we also used in the university, at the university. It is called the 3 Ps: presentation, practice, and production. So in the presentation, you present the topic to the students. In the practice, you give them something in order for them to practice. And in the third, it is the production. They have to do something with that topic. So for example, in the presentation, it is about the pollution. Once again, in the practice, they are going to do like a poster in order to practice the vocabulary. Yes. And in the production, they are going to explain their classmates about the poster they did. Yes. So this was like the kind of methodology we used to evaluate.
Okay,
Yes.
so you have an evaluation for of any lesson that you give.
Yes. Yes. We also worked
Okay.
with rubrics, with rubrics, like a chart with an item. So for example, fluency. In the first audio recording, not too fluent, but the student presented little words. In the second audio recording, the student presented, and it was like the progress of each one of the students.
Okay, I'm an engineer, so engineers love numbers. So
Yes.
maybe maybe you can put or you can make a slide with this progress of someone's or the best, the worst or something like that. What it's so difficult to have this information, or maybe from the first, the middle, and the last with a couple of students, maybe like I don't know, 2, 3, or 4, something like that, that you can show that you have this methodology to evaluate them and how was the progress. Because in I understood that your work was so detailed about observation, about perception, but maybe you can put this information in a number and a graph, and it will be very impact to see that at the beginning they don't have any idea, any vocabulary, and
Yes.
at the end they have 4-10% better or something like that, because it's the way that you can show the improvement, and it's so special for that.
Yes, Alejandra. The thing is that per each one of the categories, both categories, we have 11 excerpts, 11 pieces of instruments. And actually, in some of the paragraphs, we put there, you can see that the student number 1 improved in that part, in the audio recording too. But of course, here I couldn't put that because it was a lot of information. But anyway, thanks for your suggestions. And I want to tell you something about the pictures. The thing is that because they are, I don't know how to say, menores de edad,
Minors.
Of course.
minors, you can't take the pictures of them or even videos. Because this is illegal and it is on the ley de adolescencia. So if the, for example, we gave the parents at the beginning of the process like a sheet in order to tell them, okay, in this process, your students are not going to be, your daughters are not going to be mentioned, they are not going to be recorded on anything. So that's why, because of the pictures.
Okay,
You
but
see?
also don't you have a picture of your team into the classroom? No, maybe don't.
No,
Okay.
yes, no, because of the pandemic, we were supposed to do that, but at the end, in the 10th lesson with the role play, but we couldn't. It is a pity, but we couldn't.
Okay. That's
But
that. I
thanks a
believe
lot
that.
for your.
No, I think this is good to mention that you don't have this kind of info or picture or videos, because it's about the minor law and all this. I suppose that. Thank you,
Yes,
and thank
thanks
you,
a lot,
Juliana.
Alejandra. Thanks.
Okay, thank you,
Very
Alejandra.
interesting.
Juliana,
Hi,
I
Ana
think
Maria. How are you?
fine. I think your presentation is very well, very good. And I think, and I want to ask you about your English. Where did you learn your English? With your father at the university? How did you
Okay.
learn it?
Yes, I want to tell you something that when I was a little child, I didn't know anything about English. But when I was 12, I traveled to Washington with my auntie, and I stayed there over 2 months, I guess, and I learned a lot of English.
Only
And
2 months.
yes, and then of course at the school, because we had intensive lessons. And I have been studying English over 5 years because of my major. So the main focus is English and Spanish. So I had all my subjects at the
Are in-
university in English. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I think your English is very good.
Thanks
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah. And your vocabulary is extensive and
Yeah.
yeah, it's very good.
Thanks a
Yes.
lot. It means a lot for me.
Ernest, I think you have a person that is going to be in charge of us. Your replacement is here with us.
Maybe yes. Giuliana, I think this word was hard for you because you look was teenager. You look very younger, maybe
Yes,
so difficult.
yes, it was difficult because of that, also because of my height. So the students were like really tall, and it was like, oh my God, I'm very little. Yes, you're right.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I understand in the conclusion, maybe in your conclusion, we need a context. It's better
Yes.
if you had some context, maybe it's better for the students understand or maybe more fluency in the vocabulary if the people had a context. I understand this is
Yes,
one part of our conclusion.
yes, yes.
Oh,
Perfect.
okay.
This is one of the conclusions. Yes, because you always have to give them a context. Yes. For example, look at your classes with my dad. He gives you, for example, I don't know, from the Avianca or something. You were talking about that. So you
Mhm.
have the vocabulary about Avianca. But if you don't have the context, yes, I know, for example, those business terms that I don't know anything about that. But I think that if you don't have a context, you are not going to see the link or the connection between the vocabulary and the context. So the context is essential for the students to succeed in their vocabulary building.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Juliana.
Thank you.
Your presentation was so pretty for me. Is the topic for different for my work. It's so
Yes.
interesting, so interesting. But I think it's applicable for all because
Yes.
many people have the same
Problems.
problem,
Yes.
not only for teenagers.
And
But
even me. Yes. You know, the next week I'll be presenting a very important exam from the university, in which they are going to be if I am C1, and I need to have C1. So I have been studying, and you know that, for example, in listening is very hard for me. It's really hard.
Really?
Yes. Yes, it's very hard.
I
and
can
and
believe it.
and actually, for example, most of the words or something that I don't know, I feel frustrated because I don't know the meaning. You know that vocabulary is very extensive, and even in English, we have a lot of words. So I think that it is very important to learn at least 5 new words per day. I think it enriched a lot our vocabulary.
thank you.
Yes. Okay.
And
I
are
will
you
have to
trying
do
to do,
it.
are you trying to do that? Are you trying to do that to learn 5 words a day, Giuliana?
No, actually, no, no, no.
You should do it.
Yeah, I should. Yes, because yes, I'm focused right now. For example, I'm studying for the exam with the British Council. I think this is a very good platform to study. But for example, I put listenings from C1. And I got like, it means they were 10 questions, and I got like 4. And it was, oh my God. So I put V2, and it was better. It was better for me. So I think that because I'm presenting this Friday. So I have to study a lot.
Mhm. You are going to do well.
Thank you.
Okay, Juliana. Thank you. It was a very good presentation.
Yes.
Okay, thanks everyone for participating. Remember that next forum, we are going to have a guest from London, from United Kingdom. Okay. I don't know if he's going to be speaking. He's been a broker all his life. No. So I don't know if he's going to be speaking about that, Anna, but, or if he's going to speak about his experience when he was in Colombia and in Brazil, that I met him. No. He's going to confirm me that, but he's going to talk to us next Sunday. All of you are welcome. okay? The experience is going to be very nice because he's British, no? And he knows Spanish, but he's not going to use the Spanish in our photo, okay? And that way you're going to be able to speak to someone that is a native from the United Kingdom, and maybe his wife is going to be also there, and she's going to be talking about something different, okay? Thanks a lot for participating, okay? I'll see you all this week in class, no? And keep on studying, and these forums, they are very good exercise for all of you, no? I am amazed, all your English levels have been improving very much, and you're speaking to other people. That is why these forums are very nice and important. Okay?
Thank you, Ernesto. Thank you, Giuliana. Nice
Thank you.
presentation.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you. I really appreciate each one of your appreciations and your questions. Thanks a lot. And I'll be presenting this in November. So it would you like, I could send you the video in order for you to see the official presentation.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. And good luck with your exam.
Good
Okay,
luck.
thank you. Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Giuliana. Thank you,
Bye.
Ernesto.
See you.
Thank you,
Bye. Have a
everyone.
nice
Bye.
evening.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.